A story that's breaking internationally at the moment, and it's about the UK Prime Minister, Liz Truss, resigning. I mean, she's not been PM for 6 weeks, just on the job. Liz Truss is gone. Let's bring in eNCA correspondent Oli Bharat now in London. Oli, very good afternoon. What political drama. But it's really been a whirlwind of a rocky start for Liz Truss as the Prime Minister just 6 weeks ago, particularly around her economic plans.
A rocky start and a rocky finish as well. Liz Truss confirming that she's already spoken to King Charles to tell him that she's resigning as leader of the Conservative Party and therefore will also be stepping down as Prime Minister. Certainly economics has played a huge part in this. When she and her Chancellor unveiled their so-called mini budget at the end of September, it spooked financial markets. It led to multiple U-turns, criticism from within her own party and outside of her party as well. But there was more to it than that as well. There's been issues with party discipline. There have been a number of Conservative MPs starting to come out publicly and say she should go. There have been many, many more of them privately saying that she should go as well. And so after 44 days in the job, the shortest serving UK Prime Minister in modern history, Liz Truss is going. On what comes next, she has confirmed that the 1922 committee, which runs all of this for the Conservative Party, says that a leadership campaign will be completed in a week. So they are going to do it much more quickly this time around than the way they did it for the replacement of Boris Johnson with Liz Truss. Part of the reason for that comes back to the economy. Conservative MPs were really worried about the idea of a long drawn out leadership campaign at a time of ongoing economic crisis.
Yeah, I mean, and ahead of this, of course, she'd lost some colleagues. I mean, she fired Kwasi Kwarteng as Chancellor of the Exchequer, the Finance Minister, and also losing her Interior Minister. So it was really, really just a question of time.
It was in the end, and one of the things that was keeping Liz Truss in her post, even though many Conservative MPs thought it was time for her to go, is that they hadn't quite come up with a plan to replace her, a way of replacing her without that long drawn out leadership campaign. And it was clear that there wasn't really a candidate in the Conservative Party at this point who would be the potential unity candidate that some had been looking for, that would allow the party to heal some divisions and move on quickly. That's part of the reason it's taken a little while to get to this point, and it's remarkable that I should be saying that given that she's only been in the job 44 days. But there's been speculation about her position almost right from the start, certainly since that mini budget was unveiled by her and Kwasi Kwarteng and then had to be U-turned on, and Kwasi Kwarteng, as you say, had to be fired. So the pressure on her has just been intensifying, and clearly today she has finally decided that she simply can't go on. She talked in her speech outside Downing Street about it just being clear that she doesn't have a mandate for the type of programme that she wants to deliver. She won that membership campaign, the leadership campaign among the Conservative Party membership, promising things like swathes of tax cuts. Well, she now knows that she can't deliver those tax cuts, partly because of the way that financial markets reacted to her initial mini budget. It's desperately embarrassing for Liz Truss. As I say, 44 days, the shortest serving Prime Minister in modern UK history. This really is an unprecedented turn of events to see this changeover happen so quickly, and happen so quickly after the pressure and the chaos that we saw at times during the Boris Johnson administration as well. Many Conservative MPs will tell you it doesn't matter who their next leader is. They really don't feel they have any chance of winning the next election. But whoever that next leader is will be focusing minds a couple of years from now and telling their supporters at least that there is a chance that the Conservatives can stay in power. But it really looks very difficult indeed for the Conservatives on, as I say, a hugely embarrassing and difficult day for the outgoing Prime Minister.
Yeah, very quick stuff happening there. In terms of reaction, have you been able to gauge any, Oli? I see reports saying that the pound sterling has rallied after the news that Truss has resigned. What other kind of quick reaction are you seeing?
Indeed, and it doesn't feel great, look great for Liz Truss. That the pound was rallying, even on speculation that she was about to quit. Certainly financial markets have not looked very fondly on her short time in office. In terms of reaction, the opposition parties are saying as a chorus that there must now be a general election. They say that Liz Truss wasn't elected by the British people. They say that whoever comes next won't have been elected by the British people either. One of the reasons the Conservatives, though, might try and avoid a general election for now at least is that they are miles behind the polls when it comes to the opposition Labour Party, so they will hope that whoever comes in now can stabilise things somewhat. And just going back to that reaction, huge speculation now about what comes next. Jeremy Hunt, the current Chancellor of the Exchequer, has ruled himself out of the running to be the next leader at this point. All sorts of speculation about who it might therefore be. Could it be Rishi Sunak, who failed in the leadership campaign last time around? Could it be Boris Johnson, fancying a political comeback? There are other names in the ring as well. Whoever does win will face a huge task trying to unite this very, very divided Conservative Party.
We'll have to wait and see, watch and see who's going to be the next in line. Thank you very much, Oli Bharat in London, on that breaking international news story just 6 weeks in after a whole controversy around her economic plan. The new, we can still say that, recently appointed Prime Minister Liz Truss has resigned. So now we wait. She's still in office, she's still in 10 Downing Street until they can find a replacement for her. That is the Conservative Party. But markets reacting positively to the news that she's gone. And of course, the pound is one of those that was first to react, gaining some strength after having weakened over the last few weeks. That's the developing story international. The breaking news here this hour on today on eNCA DSTV channel 403.